Hello and welcome to Alma News 24. This is Dhanya Reddy. Today I'm here to talk if Bangalore is losing its cultural identity. Bangalore, once known as the Garden City and the Pensioners' Paradise, is transformed into India's Silicon Valley, a global tech hub that attracts millions from across the country and beyond. Skyscrapers have replaced old bungalows, multinational corporations dominate the economy, and a fast-paced urban lifestyle has taken over what was once a city of leisurely strolls and serene lakes. But with this rapid modernization, an important question arises: if Bangalore is losing its cultural identity. A few decades ago, Bangalore was known for its pleasant weather, tree-lined streets, and a rich cultural heritage deeply rooted in Kannada traditions. The city had a thriving arts and music scene with classical Carnatic concerts, theatre performances, and literary gatherings shaping its cultural fabric. The local food scene revolved around traditional South Indian cuisine with small eateries serving filter coffee and crispy dosas to regular patrons. Fast forward to today and we see a very different Bangalore. The influx of IT professionals has brought with it a mix of cultures from across India and the world. Global fast food chains and fine dining restaurants are replacing traditional local eateries. Pubs and high-rise office buildings dominate areas that were once home to historic landmarks. Kannada, once the dominant language in the city, is now overshadowed by English and Hindi in many public spaces. Can we blame the modernization? Modernization is inevitable and change is often necessary for progress. Bangalore's rise as India's IT capital has brought economic prosperity, global recognition, and countless job opportunities. The city now boasts some of the best educational institutions, world-class infrastructure, and a thriving startup ecosystem. However, this progress comes at a cost. The rapid urbanization has led to the destruction of heritage sites, the erasure of old neighborhoods, and a dilution of local traditions. Traditional markets like Kia Market and Avenue Road are struggling to compete with air-conditioned malls and online shopping. Folk art forms in Kannada theatre, once thriving in spaces like Rangashankara, face stiff competition from multiplexes and OTT platforms. Bangalore today is a paradox. It is a place where you can find an ancient temple nestled between two towering IT parks. It is a city where techies discuss artificial intelligence topics over masala dosa at a decades-old eatery. It is a metropolis that celebrates its diversity but often at the risk of forgetting its roots. Does this mean that Bangalore has lost its cultural identity? Not necessarily. Culture is not static, it evolves with time. The real question is whether Bangaloreans are doing enough to preserve their heritage while embracing modernity. Then how can we preserve Bangalore's identity? Well, Bangalore is a melting pot of cultures. Ensuring that Kannada remains an integral part of daily life is very essential. More businesses, schools, and public institutions should encourage the use of the local language, that is Kannada. The government and the citizens must work together to preserve historical landmarks, old temples, and traditional neighborhoods. Redevelopment projects should not come at the cost of the city's architectural heritage. The city's rich theatre, music, and dance culture should be actively promoted through festivals, fundings, and digital platforms. Young artists need more opportunities to keep Bangalore's traditional art forms alive. The destruction of lakes, tree cover, and green spaces for real estate projects is a major concern. Bangalore must find a way to grow without sacrificing its natural beauty. Bangalore's cultural identity can be preserved if its people take ownership. Initiatives like Nama Metro should not just be about infrastructure but also about community engagement and cultural inclusivity. So is Bangalore losing its cultural identity? The answer is very complex. While modernization has changed the city, it has not erased its essence. What we need is a conscious effort from both the government and citizens to strike a balance between tradition and progress. Bangalore's identity should not be about choosing the past and the future. It should be about blending both to create a city that respects its history while embracing change. After all, a city is not just its buildings or businesses, it is its people, its traditions, and the stories it carries forward. Let us ensure that as Bangalore continues to grow, it does not forget where it comes from. Because a city without culture is just a collection of buildings, but a city that preserves its soul will always stand the test of time. For more such updates, keep watching Alma News 24. Thank you.